What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, and today I am presenting a new series that I have no idea what I am calling it. However, if this is something you would like to see more of, hit this video with a thumbs up. Also, if you have a good name for this series, leave it down in the comment section. Depending on the feedback of this video, I will continue the series and possibly evolve on the content by shining a light on what's wrong with the sneaker community, from scammers to shops doing people dirty and everything in between. With that said, the Air Jordan 1 High OG Lost and Found is one of the most anticipated releases of 2022. Retailers are the main staple where most of us will try and obtain our size. However, what if the retailer fails us? The app or website is down, which doesn't allow us to enter. Or even worse, what if the retailer becomes the reseller, charging above retail by making you buy clothes for a chance to enter, which was once frowned upon by Jordan Brand. In this video, I'm going to go over the worst raffles of the Air Jordan 1 Lost and Found. While some are on the annoying side, the raffles get worse as we go down the list, even to the point where one shop is guaranteeing you a pair if you spend $350. In no way, shape, or form am I or anyone watching should direct any hate towards them. This video is meant to put a spotlight on these businesses with questionable tactics while starting a dialogue with you. So sit back, grab some popcorn, and let's get started. Whenever a sneaker raffle is open, I tend to avoid Foot Locker, Foot Action, and Champ Sports altogether. I don't hit on the apps, nor do I hit when I go into the stores. However, this is just my luck. You and many others I have seen found success through these websites. But what happens when you can't even enter the raffle? Well, this is what I went through and many others. To this day, I still can't log into any of my accounts. Whenever I open the app and go to log in, I receive an error message, request failed. Shown is screen recordings of the error. I have also received invalid email and or password error. But even when I reset my password, the error persists. At the time of recording, I still have the error. Now, I haven't tried on my browser, but honestly, I'm over it. After entering countless of raffles, I feel my luck is better elsewhere. Have you encountered these errors? If so, are you still having these errors? Offspring lands in my number 2 spot. They aren't doing anything wrong in the sense of getting over on their customers. In fact, their event looks pretty cool. But there is a few things I saw with the raffle that I think is questionable. Maybe it's because the way I enter raffles, and that of course is for me to get a better chance on hitting a pair. This will make sense when I read over their Instagram post. As mentioned in the post yesterday, if you have received a DM reuniting you with your lost property, you will already been reunited. Please do not enter this raffle. If you are lucky enough to be reunited, you will be required wear a pair of Air Jordan 1s to collect. I'm reading it straight from their IG, so there's a little bit of a typo there. First issue, this won't apply to me, but what if the individual that wins, this is their first pair of Air Jordan 1s? There's been many comments that I have read about a model being a person's first shoe, especially the ones. So they won't let the person purchase because they don't own any other ones? More than likely, this won't affect most of you watching, but it was something I saw that raised some eyebrows. Now let's continue. Collection only. For your chance to purchase the Air Jordan 1 Lost and Found, follow these instructions. Click on the link in our bio, fill in the fields on the form provided, answer the below question in the question section of the form. If you could find something you once lost, what would it be? Collection from 19th to the 26th November. Collection location can be selected on the form. Now it has the retail price and the size range. Please indicate if your size not available that you are happy to go to another store to collect. If you are a lucky winner, being given the chance to purchase, you will receive an email with instructions on what to do next. Previous winners will be required to wear such items as selected by Offspring when collected. So I'm assuming you have to wear a pair of Air Jordan 1 since they stated above, unless they have some sort of other apparel that you need to wear. You must be 17 plus to enter. You may not enter for anyone else. Again, I might be nitpicking early on, but from past experiences, if I really want a shoe, I ask my girl to also enter for my size. That of course increases my chances of getting a pair. I'm sure we've all had someone we know enter a raffle for us to help. But you may ask, how would they even know? Here is the second part of their terms. You may only enter for your shoe size. We reserve the right to check your shoe size, and if you entered for another size, we may refuse to sell the shoes to you. Now, they did say may, but I wear a size 10.5 and my girl wears a size 7. If she hits, they will automatically know this pair isn't for her. However, I'm not a reseller and this pair is for my personal use. Yes, it's possible I can convince them to sell the shoes to my girl for me, but even the fact that I or someone else has to show their shoe size is a bit weird. Maybe with Offspring, I'm overreacting. But nonetheless, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. All feedback is welcome. Now this one hurts me a bit to add to the list. They always tag us on Instagram with their drops, and it appears that they are really about the community. However, I need to call it down the middle, especially with their lost and found drop. Let's go over their raffle. So it starts off with a bunch of rules. Please read. In store, first come, first serve, release only. Releasing 11/9 Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Air Jordan 1 Retro lost and found, min size, all that good stuff, right? But let's scroll down to the more questionable part. For VIP access, it continues now till Friday, which would be November 18th. 1. Customers who purchase 3 items of Jordan clothing at regular price will be priority number 1, front of the line. Now, number 2. Customers who purchase 2 items of Jordan clothing at regular price will be second priority. Buying clothes in order to purchase shoes isn't a new tactic. In fact, it was kind of the norm back in the day, if the store could get away with it. Yes, you heard that correctly. It was against contract rules with Nike and Jordan Brand to force customers to buy extra apparel to purchase the shoes, or to even give them an incentive. Again, you're not being forced to purchase, but it definitely is an incentive. What's worse? It has to be Jordan apparel and socks are not included. Now, this could easily rack you up an extra $300 and that does not guarantee you your pair. If many others buy 3 pieces of Jordan apparel, they make it to the line before you, and they have low stock, you're stuck with the apparel. Now, more than likely, that won't happen. This is a massive drop, and unless the store backdoors pairs, you should be okay. But it's a simple fact that you will be spending a lot of money, well over the retail price to purchase. You might ask, why is this retailer not lower on the list? Well, they're not requiring you to purchase apparel. Yes, you will need to wait in line with others, but there is a chance you can get at retail. And that could be stated for the other stores on this list. Personally, I miss the campout days. You had the chance to meet some cool people, and overall, it's usually a good time. But with the violence surrounding some of these campouts and how much people want them, I would rather wait for a pair that isn't so sought after. The fact that any store is doing first come, first serve on this shoe is just ridiculous in my eyes. And if you decide you want to go out and camp out, best of luck to you. Hope you stay safe. Laced Up NYC is next on the list, and they weren't shy with their request. Reading from their Instagram post, attention please, first 50 customers to purchase $100 plus worth of Jordan apparel will be guaranteed to win the raffle for November 19th. Saturday, Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG Chicago. Men's size only, all sales are final, no returns and exchanges. So, the first 50 people that spend $100 plus on apparel will be guaranteed a pair. That's an extra $5,000 for the store. And that's a minimum of $280 for you, not including tax. Yes, you're getting apparel, but maybe you're not in the best financial situation to spend an extra $100 on apparel. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand that stores are hurting financially, and it's good to support your local businesses, especially mom and pop shops. However, guaranteeing you a size by spending over $100 isn't a good look in my opinion, especially since a lot of people are also hurting financially. So why make your local customers fork over more money? With adding tax, that's almost $300 for a pair of shoes, which I believe the resale price will be under when the dust settles. Now, if you need some clothes and want the apparel, cool. But if you don't need the clothes and would rather sleep in or not leave the house, then you're better off paying resale. This store has to be the worst on the list. Tops and Bottoms. I first heard of this store when they dropped the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Varsity Red back in 2020. The store definitely gets the Scummy Tactics title. Now, I'm not calling the store scum or even scummy, but more so how they're handling the release. When you read their Instagram post, everything looks fine. They want you to like the post, share it, etc. Matter of fact, let me read it to you. Air Jordan 1 High OG Lost and Found comes built with crack leather, featuring a white leather. You get the point with this. Now let's move on to the steps. Do you want to increase your chances of winning the raffle? Follow these simple steps. Like the post, follow us on Instagram, share it on your story, tag 3 friends in the comment section to increase your chance of winning an online raffle. DM your size. It will be available as an online raffle only. Multiple entries will be disqualified. No first come, first serve. No lines in front of stores. At least they got that part right. No lining up. So why are they at the number 1 spot? Well, I was alerted by Frank, who goes by FFatco on Twitter. I'm sure I mispronounced the name, so I do apologize. He sent me a screenshot showing that Tops and Bottoms messaged him directly on Instagram with another way you can purchase. From here, I was a bit skeptical. They didn't mention this publicly, so I went on my personal Instagram account, removed all affiliation with Sneaker Files on my profile, and went to work. I followed each of the steps they asked, and an hour later, I was greeted with a direct message. Without further ado, I present to you those messages. I sent them a DM like they asked. I said, size 10 please. Then they respond, you have successfully entered in raffle. We have another offer for you, separate from the raffle. We can place your order right now for the ones lost and found if you buy the outfit with the shoe or any item except Jordan or Dunk from our website worth more than $350. Right now, we are not selling only Jordan due to limited quantities, I'm guessing. If you don't want the offer, your entry for raffle will be valid as raffle, and offer are the separate thing with separate stock. So it's a bit hard to read, but I'm reading straight from the message. Then I respond, does the $350 guarantee my size? They respond, yes, 100%. Obviously, I'm not interested whatsoever, but I wanted to make sure that this information was correct. And I know there are a lot of bot accounts on Instagram, a lot of fake ones, but it's 100% confirmed it's from their actual account. So if you would like a guaranteed pair, you will have to spend over $350 on apparel or shoes, but it can't be Jordans or Dunks. Why? Because it's easier to move Jordans and Dunks over apparel. Apparel is the hardest for these boutiques to move, but should we feel sorry for them? No. On each pair of shoes, they make around $100, give or take, and eventually the clothes move with sales, and even with a sell, the store is making money on each piece of clothing. But in my opinion, what makes this the worst? They are directly messaging people and not posting it publicly, knowing that what they're doing isn't right. They hope that the messages won't come to light. I got the idea for this video when I saw private sneakers raffle and still hesitated on doing one. But once I saw what Tops and Bottoms was doing, I knew I needed to put this video together. Even if this video doesn't get many views, I felt like I needed to get this out. If you want a guaranteed pair, you'll spend a minimum of $530, excluding tax and shipping. That's below resale prices right now, and after the release, the prices will come down. Now, to be fair, you aren't required to pay to get a pair. If you follow all the steps, you have a chance to purchase at retail without buying anything additional. But the direct messages and keeping it from the public eye says a lot. At the end of the day, they're just sneakers. But sometimes you just need to do what's right, especially if you have a platform. I've been collecting sneakers for years. I created Sneaker Files in 2006, and it will be 16 years on November 27th. With all the years, I have seen numerous stuff go down, but this release is probably one of the worst to date. Sure, there's a lot of other issues in the sneaker community that may be worse, but at least not to the public eye. And with this series, I intend on tackling those issues. My intent with this video and any other video I make in this series is to bring awareness, not to distribute hate or even cancel the store, which I don't have the power to. I want to start a dialogue and get back to my roots of why I started collecting for the enjoyment of sneakers. With that said, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. If you got a second and haven't done so already, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the button below. Like I mentioned early on, if you have a name for this series, leave a comment below. If the name is picked, I'll make sure to give you a shout out in the next video. Also, if you see something that should be talked about, you can always send me a direct message on Instagram or Twitter at SneakerFiles. If you don't want your name mentioned, I definitely won't include that in any videos. For now, let me know your thoughts on these retailers and what they are doing in the comments below. Are you okay with this? If so, why? I want to hear all feedback and sides and form a dialogue. Once again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more drops from this series, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.